Fox News alert. Violent, chaotic. This is Chicago. Another weekend of this. Federal agents were forced to fend off violent rioters who were throwing rocks at them and screaming and cursing at them. And the White House has authorized at least 300 Illinois National Guard troops to try to deal with the growing crime crisis. And just today, Illinois filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration over the deployment of help in that city. I'm Harris Faulkner. You are in the Faulkner Focus. Outside Chicago, Broadview is the site of an illegal immigrant processing center that has been in our focus for days now. Border Patrol agents there are in danger, and they had to call in local help for a massive group of protesters which surrounded them. All of this over the weekend. Chicago police officers say their bosses ordered them to stay away. Listen to the dispatch audio here.
And again, per the chief of patrol, we have all the units that for 999, chief of patrol said all units clear out from there. We're not sending anybody over to that location.
We're not sending anybody over to that location. The nation's largest police union with full-throated condemnation. The group's president said members are shocked and appalled, adding they believe that when an officer calls for assistance, you answer, no matter what. We are seeing all of this with our own eyes, but Democrats say they don't need any help from President Trump. And they're even trying to flip the switch and blame the president.
They want mayhem on the ground. They want to create the war zone so that they can send in even more troops.
It's a misuse of the National Guard. They're not needed in this particular role.
There is no emergency here in Chicago or in the state of Illinois. The only crisis that we have is the chaos that has been caused by Donald Trump and his administration.
Senior correspondent Mike Tobin is in Broadview with more on this. Mike.
And Harris, we're hearing from a lot of rank-and-file Chicago cops who say that they are outraged that they were ordered to stand down after federal agents were attacked. The communication for the stand down appears to have come from the chief of patrol himself over the communications platform with the Office of Emergency Management and Communication, reading very clearly, no units will respond to this. Multiple police sources have confirmed that that message is authentic, and it is backed up by audio of the stand-down order.
So the chief of patrol clear everybody up. We're not responding over there.
All right, and 999, just to confirm, 39th Police in Kedzie, they were saying that they were being surrounded by that large crowd, and they were requesting the police were not sending, waving off all the cars heading to 39th Police in Kedzie.
Again, those are the orders we're being given.
Now, the official statement from Chicago Police Department reads, CPD responded to the scene to document the incident. CPD officers were also on the scene to maintain public safety and traffic control. It happened in Brighton Park. The scene was triggered when two individuals allegedly rammed a Border Patrol vehicle with their cars. Border Patrol agents shot the driver of one of the allegedly attacking vehicles. The drivers are now charged federally, but the incident triggered a riot. That's when the calls for help went out. Now, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson just moments ago dodged questions about whether that order tracks back to him, but he says he doubts the narrative of the Border Patrol agents.
They claimed it was defensive fire, but frankly, we cannot trust anything that comes out of the administration. We have a rogue, reckless group of heavily armed mass individuals roaming throughout our city that are not accountable to the people of Chicago. Their actions put all Chicagoans at risk.
And we knew this was coming, but the Illinois Attorney General has just made it official. The state of Illinois is now suing the Trump administration, claiming that the president is using American soldiers to punish his political enemies. Harris, back to you.
Mike Tobin, thank you very much. Let's go to Gianno Caldwell, my first guest, Fox News political analyst. So, Gianno, you were home in Chicago a couple of weeks ago. I mean, that has been your childhood and adult home. And you talked with people about this. Are the elected officials listening to the citizens?
Absolutely not, Harris. And I'll tell you, I had an event for the Caldwell Foundation for Public Safety. We had hundreds of people there, white and black almost evenly, Democrats and Republicans, all saying the same thing. They want President Trump's help. Those pleas, those begs and cries have been ignored by Brandon Johnson. They've been ignored by J.B. Pritzker. And it's no surprise the images we're seeing on our screens right now. Brandon Johnson and J.B. Pritzker have been setting the stage for this kind of chaos for weeks. Ever since President Trump said that he wanted to go into Chicago and help clean it up, they've been setting the stage saying, hey, we got to stand up as Chicagoans and push back on them. This is what the mayor has been saying. So it is no surprise to me that they're doing this and now they're trying to hide their hands, especially with what we see with the Chicago police. How dare they? People are in need of help. Send the police officers. But you imagine why crime has been so bad, because the mayor there has been using the police department as a political pawn, not responding to calls. This is absolutely unfortunate and not what we should have in any American city, Harris.
Look, we were in that city for a couple of reasons last summer. One was the NABJ debacle, where President Trump, then candidate, visited. You were there. I was there. The other, of course, for the DNC. We have seen Chicago, much previous to this situation, unhinged. We've seen the fence lines go up to try to, protect a convention-going public, and then they go down after everybody starts to leave town and everything folds back in, and there's chaos. Is the mayor at this point, based on all that we have seen up close, Gianno, trying to use the cover of, protesting ICE to cover up the crime stuff that he hasn't dealt with since he's been in office?
Whatever they can use is a distraction from their failures. Keep in mind, Brandon Johnson has an approval rating of about 5%, the lowest rated mayor in the history of the city of Chicago. He has continuously failed on this issue. So whatever cover they can use, they will use. We have, as of estimates, almost 500,000 undocumented people in the state of Illinois. There's a lot of work to be done, and I want to congratulate Todd Lyons, the ICE acting director, for being so surgical with sending teams in and certainly keeping Americans informed as to what ICE is experiencing on the ground. These things matter. They very much matter. And the people of Chicago are happy to see those who came into their city and committed crime against the citizens there, to see them leave. That's what we should all want as Americans. We want safe cities. We want safe streets. We want our kids to be able to go to school without the fear of coming back in a body bag. And that's what we've seen too many times in the city of Chicago.
It seems like a singular responsibility and job for those elected officials. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem highlighted just how dangerous things have gotten for her agents. Watch together.
They're making plans to ambush them and to kill them. We have specific officers and agents that have bounties that have been put out on their heads. It's been $2,000 to kidnap them, $10,000 to kill them. They've released their pictures. They've sent them between their networks, and it's an extremely dangerous situation and unprecedented. So we've put protective detail around those individuals, changed some of our operations to keep our officers safe.
Well, thank the good Lord, they are professionals. And nothing has come to that. But it's their professionalism that we lean on, because it sounds like the elected officials don't care about their safety.
100%, Harris. And I got to tell you, knowing what we've experienced in our country as of late, 2 assassination attempts on President Trump, Charlie Kirk assassinated, the rhetoric from the left about ICE has been extreme. And my concern is the National Democratic Party and, of course, the local officials, whether they be in California, Illinois, wherever they are, they have to turn down this rhetoric. You see what she just said, $10,000 to kill an ICE agent. This is not what we stand for as Americans, and it should be condemned from the Democratic Party. But I have yet to hear that at this point, Harris.
Yeah, I'm waiting for censures to fly. I mean, they're fueling this. And look, you can call names. They're not even shy about it on the left. All right, Gianno, got to let you go. Thank you so very much for being in focus.
Hey, it's Will Kane. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Kane podcast for full episodes right now.